There were some real issues here tonight, particularly around issues of fairness and security. I'm just wondering, hands up, if people in the room, because this is certainly what came out of the change in our defence strategy, hands up if people in the room believe that we face an imminent threat, that we are likely to see conflict in the life of the next generation. Wow, wow. Just take a shot of that. Turn around. Keep your hands up at the back. We're just getting a shot of that there at the back. People with their hands up. That's a lot. That's a lot of you. Why? Who wants to tell me why they believe that we are seeing this threat? I'll just go up the back here. Why do you feel as if there is a greater threat now than perhaps we've faced before?
Thanks for giving me the chance to speak. Look, my name is Irene Tamaris. I live in this country for 40 years. Unfortunately, I've seen a dramatic change ever since I landed in this country. And I found it to be, we're always behind. We're always behind in making the best for our people. Always behind. We are a great country. We're the best country in the world. We have the best resources. We have the best communities from all around the world that all connected, collaborated. But unfortunately, what's holding us behind, few people on the bench saying what we don't say, representing us and saying something we don't want. So this has to change.
And do you believe that when we talk about investing more in military and defence, that that's something we need to invest more in?
Well, this is a tricky question. Look, every country in the world would want to defend their country. So we have to go and match with everyone else in the world.
Who feels as if the threat at the moment is exaggerated, that we don't face? Yeah.
There's a good movie on right now called 800. It's a story of Japan versus China. The Chinese know a lot more about war than we do. And I think war is not something they want.
Who here believes that we need to invest, or who believes that we should take that money and put it somewhere else? Yeah?
I believe we need to invest. We're not choosing war, we're choosing defence of the democratic system, which is under challenge worldwide. And if we don't defend it, we're going to be living in autocracy. And we're seeing that play out, unfortunately, in the Ukraine. I don't think the Ukrainian people had an opportunity to meaningfully resist the Russian advances, and we could be seeing it play out geopolitically in our part of the world if we don't show a willingness to stand up for what we believe in.
Who thinks the money should be spent elsewhere? That we should be spending it not on military? Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Sam because she's a Wiradjuri woman.
You're Jurong. I believe it should be invested in our communities, to be perfectly honest. Speaking about safety and security, that is something that I feel like in our country, many First Nations communities still do not have that, and we should really be spending money on making sure that our communities are looked after. You know, first and foremost, in cities, housing is unaffordable, let alone when you go into remote regional communities. Like, people cannot afford to live in the houses, and the houses that they have to pay rent for are, you know, uninhabitable. You know, nobody should be living in these circumstances. You know, water quality, you know, just recently, you know, the water quality in a remote community in Walgett, you know, it's worse than Bangladesh. Like, what, you know, we're spending billions of dollars on defence when we can't even turn around and look inward and look after, you know, our First Peoples in the way that, you know, we deserve. So, yeah.
Just hands up as I come back down the front. Hands up, we heard tonight, again, a debate about the voice, and this question comes up regularly. And we heard from Taylor saying that she's not sure yet which way she will go because she's waiting for more information. I don't want to ask people which way they're going to vote. That's up to you. But who believes they know enough? Hands up if you know enough at the moment about the voice to make a decision. Hands down. Hands up if you don't know enough, if you don't have enough information. Yeah, probably more. Yeah, more people saying they probably do. Who wants to tell me what more they need to know? What more do you need to know about the voice? Just down here.
Hey, Stan. I just wanted to remind absolutely everybody that's voting in this country, you are voting about how my life, my children's life, and my grandchildren's life is going to be ruled. It's not about you and whether or not you vote yes or no. It's about us. Whatever you vote doesn't affect you. It affects us, First Nations peoples.
And that does raise the question. It raises the question about young people. Who was impressed by Sophie tonight? It's fantastic. Who thinks we need to have a commissioner for future generations in Australia? I want to go to a young person to ask what they believe we need. We heard the vote, very slim margin, 51% saying that yes, we should lower the voting age. But what is the thing that you need? What you believe is the most important thing in your future? Yeah.
Hi, my name's Ellie, I'm 20. I think we need security for our future. We need to make sure that we've got a future for us, for our next generation, meaning that we have sustainable pricing for houses, meaning that we can afford to live and afford to have children, afford education, afford to get higher education, and make sure that we actually have a place that we can live that is okay to live in and can keep us living for a long time. I think that's what's really important.
Well, from a young person, I want to leave the final word tonight to someone who served this country, because tomorrow's Anzac Day, and I want to pay respects to my own family, my grandfather who fought for this country to return to a country that still didn't recognise him as a full citizen, and my great uncle, a Wiradjuri man who's lost somewhere in the fields of France, killed in the First World War and could never come home to the land of his ancestors, and to remember First Nations people who fought and died in wars on this land that we still don't commemorate in our war memorials, and to recognise the sacrifice of people everywhere who unfortunately find themselves in war. And I've covered war as a reporter all around the world. I carry the terrible memories of reporting those wars, and I wanted to finish tonight with a person who really raised that question tonight. Martin, as you reflect on Anzac Day and as you prepare for tomorrow, what is the message that you would like to send to Australia and to the people in this room?
Okay, my message to Australians and to particularly young people, our future, is this. I had the privilege of being in the Australian Defence Force, no matter what part of it, and I was proud to serve my country. My late father served his country in the Pacific in World War II. The reason we share the freedoms we have today is there were young people that lied about their age in World War I, 15, 16-year-olds going to Gallipoli, being killed in the trenches, that give us the freedom to come here tonight, give me the freedom to go interstate, and the only thing I have to worry about is making sure I don't carry fruit across the border into Victoria. But think of it tomorrow. Reason we share the freedom today is because of our forefathers that fought for us and gave their lives for us, supreme sacrifice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin, and thank you to everyone, and please enjoy Anzac Day. Thank you.